What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers righted the ship yesterday against the San Antonio Spurs and moving to 15-10 on the season. Now, the Lakers definitely allowed San Antonio to have some hope and nearly have a epic collapse. Luckily, the Lakers avoided that. To be honest, personally, I kind of chalked that up to just the Lakers packing it in, taking their foot off the gas against a bad team. I never felt that the Lakers were going to lose that game at any point. Anthony Davis had a huge steal that pretty much sealed the game for the Lakers. Otherwise, it could have gotten ugly really quick. And credit the Spurs for not giving up. Down 18, they easily could have just packed it in and just said, you know what, we're done, call it a day. It does bother me that the Lakers did that. It does bother me that the Lakers took their foot off the gas, especially for a team that hasn't been just great all season, right? They've had their issues. They have their bad habits. They have their little hiccups that they definitely need to work on and address. But you see this a lot from teams over the course of the seasons. But look, no excuse. Lakers got to be better, but they did win the game. And like I always say, whether you win by 2 or you win by 20, I'll gladly take the win. But Anthony Davis was A1. And I am absolutely loving the way that Anthony Davis has played over the last handful of games or so, last 10 games or whatever. Anthony Davis just had his 13th straight double-double. He has 21 double-doubles this year, and they've only played 25 games. So he has been phenomenal in that department. He is having an excellent season. Now, don't get me wrong, he's had his bad games, he's had his bad moments, but it hasn't been as apparent as the previous years, right? He has been a lot more better than he has been rough. And even in the rough games, he's still been pretty good, right? So I really love this level of Anthony Davis. And even just over his last 3 games, which is basically the in-season tournament game, which unfortunately doesn't count towards his point totals and his stats for the season, which is a bummer, but still. Basically, over the last 3 games, Dallas game, this game, he's averaging 38.3 points, 13.7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 65% from field goal range, and 60% from 3. That is ridiculous for Anthony Davis. I mean, he was spectacular in this game against the San Antonio Spurs, dueling with Victor Wembanyama. Right? I know Victor Wembanyama's a rookie, but hey, man, he's supposed to be transcending talent, and he was. He was that in many ways this game. He had 30 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 11 of 21, 4 of 5 from 3, 6 blocks, 3 steals. The guy had himself a game. And credit Victor Wembanyama for matching up against a guy like Anthony Davis, because you're talking Anthony Davis is one of 3 centers in the league that are this dominant, right? You got him, Jokic, Joel Embiid, put them whatever order you want. But this level of Anthony Davis is the Anthony Davis that we need if we're going to win a championship. I have talked about how we go as far as Anthony Davis takes us, and this level of Anthony Davis will take us very far, very far. I love what we're seeing from AD. In that in-season tournament game, he was an absolute monster. I mean, dude, this guy... And it really is unfortunate that the game didn't count stat-wise towards his regular season, because his regular season numbers would be so much higher. But you're talking in 41 minutes, he had 41 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks. The dude, that Anthony Davis is best Anthony Davis in the world. Best player in the world, Anthony Davis. But so far this season, again, he's having himself a solid season. So in the 25 games he's played, he's averaging... just under 24 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks per game. He's winning the Defensive Player of the Year. If he plays enough games, which, knock on wood, hopefully he does, I do still expect him to miss some games and take some nights off. I actually thought that they might have done that against San Antonio this game, but they ended up going with LeBron, and I'm glad that they didn't set both of the guys. But if Anthony Davis plays at least 65 games this year, he is by far winning the Defensive Player of the Year. Lakers are 7th in defense, and he's been the one constant with that. The Lakers have been the top defense, for the last handful of games, or since Jared Vanderbilt came back, except for the Dallas game where Jared Vanderbilt didn't play, but still, with everyone coming back and everyone healthy, Gabe Vincent is rumored to return, or he's looking to return on Monday, the 18th against the Knicks. If he does, and that happens, and we're fully healthy, I expect the Lakers to jump to number one defense in the league. Lakers will probably finish, like I said, somewhere in like the 3-5 range. As far as seeding goes, that's where I think. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the first or second seed, but I just think Lakers are going to prioritize health over like necessarily seeding. If they end up getting the 1 or 2 seed, then great. But I think like, if it's one of those things where, all right, we have 5 games left. If we win all 5 games, we're the 2 seed. But if we basically have the 3 seed locked up. So we could either get the 1 seed or we could stay at the 3 seed if we don't win every game. Let's rest LeBron and AD and just lock up the 3 seed, right? I could see the Lakers doing something like that to where they just, let's just get to the playoffs healthy. If we get to the playoffs healthy, good luck beating us, that kind of thing. Also, I like that, this was a game that was on the road, which the Lakers have been rough on the road. I understand it's the San Antonio Spurs. I understand that up until this point, San Antonio had been on a 17-game losing streak. Now it's 18. But still, they're still an NBA team. They're still a team that can get hot, right? Anyone can win on any given night. San Antonio is eventually going to win a game again. I don't see them losing the rest of the season. And, I don't want to see the Lakers to be that team that it ends up happening to, right? I want to see the Lakers make sure they handle business. Got another game against the San Antonio Spurs, and when we end up playing them, I need the Lakers to take that serious, right? You just gave that team a little bit of hope that I didn't want you to give them. But again, even in the Dallas game in which the Lakers lost, Anthony Davis was still spectacular. 37 points again, 11 rebounds. He gave you 2 blocks. This guy he is on an absolute tear right now. But you've also noticed that the 3 things I've been screaming for to happen, happened, right? The 3 things that I was screaming for to happen when people were like, well, Anthony Davis disappears in the 4th, or he disappears in the second half, or whatever, right? The thing that people I think fail to notice, and why I keep reiterating this, is Anthony Davis isn't a guy that's taking the inbound, bringing it up the court, beating guys off the dribble, and getting to the basket. He's not that player. He's not a Giannis or, anything like that. He is like closer to a Embiid, a Jokic, guys like that, where you got to get him the basketball. You got to set him up. Whether he's establishing position or you're getting him set up through actions, through some pick and roll, whatever, right? But you have to get AD the basketball. And that is on LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves. Because those are our 3 main primary ball handlers. And it's their job to get Anthony Davis the basketball. Darvin Ham, the head coach, it's his job to run some sets and run some schemes to get Anthony Davis the basketball. Also, on Anthony Davis's part, because he's not just completely dissolved of anything, right? He's got to do a good job of establishing position, demanding the basketball, and getting the basketball, right? He has to be more physical, imposing, more demanding. But I love what we're seeing from him this year. He's been more physical. He's been more active. He's been more aggressive. It's like he's a guy that's trying to prove a point here. He's been very active on both sides of the basketball. He's getting into the defender's chest. He's not shying away from contact. His jumper is starting to fall. That was the big thing about Bubble AD, right? And makes me wonder, like, is Bubble AD back? Right? Because that was what Anthony Davis in the bubble was and how we were able to win a championship. AD was absolute money from like 15 feet out. Where since the bubble, Anthony Davis basically couldn't buy a bucket unless it was 15 in. Well, if that mid-range starts falling, I mean, he's knocking down deep 2s. He's knocking down the little elbow shots. He's knocking down, from the free throw line. He's hitting a couple 3s, right? He's hitting it from pretty much everywhere. And if that continues and that persists and he's able to continue to be that level of Anthony Davis, the Lakers are going to win a lot of games and they're going to be a real contender. And they're going to be one of the best teams. Right now, I I still don't fully buy this team as a contender. Like, I don't think that they're one of the top just 4 teams, 5 teams in the league. I think they are and will be, and I think that they're capable of it. And I don't think anyone would be surprised that the Lakers win a championship. But the Lakers have a lot of things that they need to kind of buckle down, right? They still need to buckle down and just focus on both sides of the basketball. They need to stop being so stagnant on the offensive side of things. They need to stop with this lackluster effort at times. They need to take care of the basketball better. There's a lot of things that they need to continue to work on and improve, right? Like, the roller coaster ride that is the Lakers this season, the consistently inconsistency of the Lakers this season has me a little weary, right? I think Boston and Denver are the 2 clear far and away teams in the league. And then I think the Lakers are in that next tier. I think right now they're up there with, the Bucks and the Timberwolves. And I think the Lakers are kind of in that ballpark. But I need to see them continue to grow, continue to develop, continue to be better. I need to see them start moving into the top 5 defense. Like I said, I believe that they'll be number 1 by the time the season is over, but I need to see us start moving in the top 5 defensively. I need to see us start picking it up offensively. Guys are starting to hit more shots. Prince's shot's starting to come around. Austin Reeves' 3-point shot is coming around. If guys can start picking it up, and we start moving into that direction where it's like, okay, now we're in that tier with the Celtics, with the Denver Nuggets, which I do believe we can get there. Maybe it takes a trade, maybe it doesn't, whatever. But if we get this level of Anthony Davis and LeBron James, the way we've seen LeBron play, I will take my chances against anybody. This AD plus the LeBron we've seen is by far the best duo in the league. And when you have that, you always have a chance. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think, this AD has been special? Do you think Bubble AD is back? Do you think, no, he's not there yet? We need to see more. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you do these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Thank you.